Good morning, team. Thank you so much for jumping on again today, episode number 272 of my Monday Morning Pep Talk, the story behind Take Flight. Most real estate advisors never actually take flight. They stay stuck on the runway, burning energy without ever reaching cruising altitude. Why? Because they never optimize their business for predictable, sustainable success. And in this episode, I'll take you behind the metaphor of take flight and how I developed this framework and why it's the key to building a business that works for you, not the other way around. But before I jump into today's call, I want to remind you of my professional purpose, and that is to help you, the full service, full fee advisor and entrepreneur, optimize your productivity and help you become the best version of yourself. Why? Because happy advisors sell more real estate. And I do that by teaching you how to handle the challenges and opportunities that you face every single day. And I know that when you can effectively manage those situations that arise on a daily basis in your business, you'll be more productive and live a life that reflects the best version of you. And my ask today is that you listen as if we are here in my office in a one-on-one coaching session, either on the phone or right here together. Um, in March 2016, my family and I were flying to Grand Cayman for spring break. And by then I had been coaching and training high performing advisors for years. And while the course had gained momentum, something was missing. A name, a name for the course that captured everything I was teaching. As we settled into our seats and that plane began taxiing, it hit me. Starting a business is just like getting an aircraft off the ground. The engines roar, the aircraft shakes, and all available power is focused on one thing, and that's liftoff. But once you reach cruising altitude, everything changes. The flight becomes smoother, fuel consumption drops, and you cover more ground with ease. That's when I knew it. Take Flight wasn't just a course name, it was a framework for real estate advisors and entrepreneurs to reach that level of efficiency in their business. Now, you can ask any pilot, and they'll tell you that takeoff is the most intense phase of flight. It requires the most fuel, the most power, and the most focus. The aircraft is fighting against gravity, pushing through resistance, and demanding everything from its engines to break free from the ground. And this is exactly what it feels like in the early years of building a business. You're investing time, money, and energy at levels that feel unsustainable at times. You're fighting for traction, refining your value proposition, and testing different strategies. Every decision matters, and mistakes feel costly. The work is exhausting, and you're not even sure if it's going to get you off the runway. But we know that if you stay committed, that aircraft starts to lift. The wheels leave the ground. There's a shift. You gain altitude. In business, this means you're seeing momentum. Clients are coming in, your marketing is gaining recognition, and your systems are starting to work. Even after takeoff, the aircraft has to keep climbing. It doesn't immediately reach 30,000 feet. The engines are still working hard, but now there's a sense of direction. Pilots start to adjust those controls. They manage the turbulence and they stay focused on reaching a steady altitude when they can fly efficiently. For business owners, this is the phase where you refine and optimize. You've made it past that initial grind, but you're still fine tuning your CRM, your branding, your marketing, and your client experience. You're hiring the right team members, streamlining your processes, and ensuring your business is moving towards critical mass, that point where it becomes self sustaining. You're tired, but you're starting to see the benefit of your consistent efforts. When a business reaches critical mass, it's like an aircraft hitting cruising altitude. You're flying at 575 miles per hour, covering more ground than ever, but with significantly less strain. Your business generates consistent revenue, clients seek you out, and your systems support long-term success. The frantic energy of takeoff is behind you. You are making small alterations and course corrections to maintain speed and ensure you hit your goals within a time frame you set out to meet. In essence, landing directly on the runway just as you had planned. But here's what most people misunderstand. The goal isn't just to take off, it's to get to cruising altitude. Too many real estate advisors and entrepreneurs burn out because they spend years in a constant state of taking off, never optimizing their business for sustainability. They keep stopping, starting, and have to attempt takeoff over and over again. 30,000 feet is elusive, but it's when you control your time, executing your business strategy with precision. You're working with a strategically defined number of clients who see you as the leader in your industry and in your market. Your personal brand does the heavy lifting for you. You are operating and leading like a CEO. And this is when the fun begins. Now, getting a business off the ground is one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do. It takes vision, resilience, and an incredible amount of energy and effort. But if you're willing to push through the turbulence and put in the work, you'll reach a point where your business doesn't just survive, it thrives. Now, is it always easy? Of course not. But the key, again, is remembering that you are in control. Now, 9 years later, I believe the original idea behind Take Flight is more important than ever. This business is getting tougher. Easy transactions just no longer exist. But you can make the things within your control easier, right? Not every stage of the business has to be a struggle. 30,000 feet isn't just about altitude. It's about altitude with a purpose. When you reach that level, you're not just running a business, you're running a predictable and sustainable business, one that complements your life, giving you the freedom to truly, truly enjoy the ride. Most advisors stay stuck in takeoff phase, constantly grinding, but never optimizing. The goal with Take Flight isn't just to take off, it's to reach 30,000 feet where your business becomes predictable and sustainable. Now, my question for you is, where are you in the journey? Are you still on the runway? Are you climbing, or are you at 30,000 feet? If you're not getting my weekly email newsletter, which contains the transcript, links to the podcast, and additional content, I'd ask you to go over to my Instagram profile at Ask Jim Miller and sign up. I'll be bringing you great content each week. Until then, have a great week, team. Talk to you next Monday.